Are you looking for new ways to make your sales grow? You've tried other podcasts, but they don't seem to know. Harvest the growth potential of your product or service as we share stories and strategies that'll make your competitors nervous. Now, here's the host of the Harvest Growth Podcast, Jon LaClare.
Welcome back to the Harvest Growth Podcast. Today, I'm talking about a topic that's really a lot of fun, and it's humor in marketing. We're going to walk through an example of a really fun project we got to work on with Louis C.K., the comedian, about a year ago, and it's done really well this year. And we're actually working on another big project with another comedian because it was so groundbreaking and different. I can't take full credit. This was all Louis C.K.'s idea in terms of getting the infomercial done to sell his comedy special, and we'll share clips of it during this podcast. So I encourage you to listen, and then also talk about, okay, if you've got a product or service business that you're not a comedian, how do you still incorporate lessons from Louis C.K. into your business to sell your product or service? So we'll get into some examples on those as well. But first, I want to dive in a little bit to the story behind the Louis C.K. infomercial. So this all started, again, about a year ago. We shot a 30-minute infomercial along with Joe Mackey interviewing Louis C.K. in a cheesy on purpose talk show set, making it look like Joe is interviewing Louis about his upcoming comedy special, and then interspersing that with a lot of funny clips from old comedy specials, and with the goal of selling ultimately his brand new, at the time, comedy special called Sorry. So let's play a clip from the show, or a couple of clips from the show, and give you a piece for what it looked like.
Keep watching to find out how you can download or stream Louis C.K.'s new special, Sorry, instantly. Actually, during today's program at www.louisck.com.
Louis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming to the show.
Sure.
I understand you have a new special.
I do, yeah.
And I understand there's an interesting method to purchase the special. It's $10 for the special.
Yeah.
But if you pay $15, you get last year's special as well.
That's right. That which was called Sincerely. You get both.
You get Sincerely, and the new one is Sorry.
That's right. You also, if you pay $25.
If you pay $25, you get all the specials. How many specials are there?
There's 7 total.
7 specials for $25.
That's right.
Works out to be about $3 and change per special. That's a good deal.
I think it is, yeah.
It was so fun working with a comedian. The whole shoot was a blast, absolutely. But also, we made the editing process a little bit easier to make this a funny show because we had comedy specials to work with. So I'll just play a couple of clips from specials that were shown in the infomercial. I do encourage everyone, we're only playing a few minutes of the 30-minute infomercial here. Check out the entire show. It was a lot of fun to work with. Louis C.K. worked with us a lot on the writing. We produced it fully and aired it on national TV to help him sell. And he's also played it on stages around the country and frankly around the world as well. And it's done very well in selling his comedy special, Sorry. But either way, it's a lot of fun to watch. It's on YouTube. You can search for it there, but we'll also include a link to the actual YouTube special right in our show notes as well.
I actually like the masks because everybody looked nice. Everybody did. Because it's just their eyes. Eyes are nice. You never hear somebody say, that guy's got gross eyes. It's really, we should hide these. We should keep the masks, because this is disgusting. How do we just, with no shame, look inside my face, spit at a tongue and teeth? It's gross. Cover your mouth. I don't like little shops. I'm uncomfortable in a little shop. You go in and it's like, clill-a-ling-ling, clill-a-ling. Now it's just you and her. You're surrounded by her dream. And you can't just go, ugh, and leave. Like, yeah.
All right, so through this process, as you can see, Louis C.K. is not just hilarious, but he's also a great businessman. That's what we learned behind this. So this was a brand new medium. I don't believe anyone's ever done this before, a 30-minute infomercial to sell a comedy special, which he did right from his website. And it was gangbusters. It was a great success. what I learned from him is his strategic business mind, right? Most successful comedians are funny, but to really get to that next level, you've got to be a great businessman or business person behind your business as well. I want to talk about some learnings that we got from this project that as I look back, we've used similar learnings across other videos for products and services over the past many years. We'll show you some examples, and this will help you relate to, okay, how do I apply this to my own business? So first one is there's three things we're going to talk about. The first one is humor or entertainment in marketing. Now, these are not all going to be comedy clips as funny as Louis C.K. was, but pay close attention to some of the videos we're going to share. I want to emphasize one thing. You've got to use humor very carefully. It's really easy to miss the mark if you try to go too far, or if it's just about humor, not enough about the product or service, then it can actually harm your business. So think about Super Bowl ads. A lot of them are hilarious. Some are terrible, right? But many of them are funny. But when the Super Bowl's over, we forget about them, right? So the ones that really stand out are funny, but also on point, right? We remember what they were talking about. And that's the importance, whether it's a Super Bowl ad or whether you're spending $100 on media on Facebook. If you're going to use humor, do it carefully and maybe not use it as your entire pitch, right? So it could be a part of what you're doing, depending on your business, unless it's, fully your personality. First one I'll talk about is a product called Pony Up Daddy. So this is a product we launched several years ago. You've probably seen it. It's a saddle that moms or dads wear, Pony Up Daddy it's called, and their kids get to ride on their back as they walk around the floor. So if you've got kids, we've all done this, or as we were kids ourselves, rode around on our parents like a pony ride, right? So this just made it easier to hold on and a little more fun as well. We got pitched this idea. To be honest, I wasn't super excited about it, but we had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to play a clip from the video just to give you a flavor for what it was. But the humor behind the product in this case really drove sales, and it was a massive success, selling in millions over the course of many years. So here's a clip.
Pony, Daddy, pony.
Simply wrap the Velcro straps and kneel down. Kids climb on the saddle and grab the handle and hang on.
Pony, 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 pony up, Daddy.
Another client we worked with in the service side is called Credit Ninja. So they are a place to get loans, and they used humor really to grab attention in a very crowded market, right? There's a lot of credit repair places, et cetera, that are out there, but they needed to stand out and to certainly help people get these small loans that might be going through credit issues, et cetera. So explain the story, but use humor to separate and grab attention and make it memorable. And that's exactly what we did in this video.
I'm so happy for my roommate. She suddenly found love and decided to move out immediately. And I suddenly found myself paying her half the rent, the half I couldn't afford. Luckily, I found creditninja.com. I applied online, was approved in seconds, and had cash the same day. Credit Ninja gave me the cash I needed to get through the month and find a less impulsive roommate.
If you need cash right away, go to creditninja.com today.
All right, this next project we had a lot of fun with. It's called Reboot. It's a hangover cure. So there are others in the marketplace, but beverages in general, especially purpose-driven beverages, it's a really crowded space, and you're competing against companies with billions, literally, of dollars in marketing budgets. So you've got to stand out. So we used humor. I'll share clips of a couple different short videos that we did for them that really drove their initial sales, got their brand recognition around, and now they've moved beyond that. Their marketing is very different, but the humor is what helped them to stand out in the very early days.
Last night was the party of the year. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. So I think. On my way to a job interview today, so I'm lucky I have Reboot to get me back to feeling 100%. One can will cure my hangover. I just drink one when I'm feeling lousy after a night of drinking. Hey Chester, you need a Reboot.
Reboot is the only hangover recovery drink that you take after you drink.
We've done a lot of cleaning products over the years, especially because of my background with OxyClean, and it's really hard to make them stand out. So OxyClean, we'll talk about a little bit later, had Billy Mays to help and several demonstrations we'll talk about. But how do you do that today, right? Without Billy Mays around, without maybe some powerful demonstrations that people have already seen. You got to make your product stand out in a purpose-driven way. So let's look at a video for Humalogic. Now, this is a product that literally has two ingredients, water and bananas, right? It's a little bit unbelievable. It's, actually it's nutrients drawn out from the bananas in powdered form, of course, right? But it's literally, that's it. And then the pH balance is increased in such a way that it's a powerful cleaning product, excellent carpet cleaner. So we started off one of their videos with dropping a bunch of bananas into an aquarium full of water to draw your attention. Now it's not the most hilarious thing, but it's funny and it grabs your attention. But it's also on point, right? So once you get that story, the reason those bananas are there, like, why are you doing this with a cleaning product? Okay, now you start to ask questions in your own mind and you can come back and realize, okay, well, that's because of the ingredient story that's in here. Here, take a look at the video. One of our recent projects is a product called Absorbent, and it's an absorbent powder that's been around for a long time, but mainly in the commercial space. It's never really been sold in a big way to the consumer market. And we need to really create attention to this. It's a product that everyone needs. We all have liquid spills in our garage, in our kitchen, et cetera. But we just don't know that there's absorbent powders, most consumers, right? So in the commercial spaces, in garages across the country, shops, et cetera, absolutely they know. But a lot of consumers, we just don't realize it's there. So grabbing attention. So we really wanted to start off with an unbelievable introduction, right? So the quantity of liquid that can be picked up with one small container absorbent is phenomenal, right? You can clean up a gallon of liquid. So you start off, as I'll show in the video, a big pour of water showing this gallon, like unbelievable. Picking up that with paper towels would never happen, right? There's no other way to do it other than maybe a big mop and a shop vac and equipment, et cetera. But this powder makes it super simple, and we show that in this demonstration.
How would you clean up a 1 gallon liquid spill? Can you imagine the mess? Watch this lightweight jug absorbent clean up every last drop, leaving no residue behind and leaving your surface completely clean and dry. Nothing is more absorbent than Zorbent. Use Zorbent to easily clean up spilled soap in your bathroom. Can you imagine trying to clean up that mess with paper towels? Spilled juice on your kitchen floor? No problem. Zorbent cleans it up with no sticky residue. Absorb and clean in one step.
All right, we talked about humor and entertainment in videos to help your marketing. The next, as we learned from the Louis C.K. video as well, is providing value in the video itself. So this is something that's inherent in what's done in the structure of that 30-minute infomercial. So, what you're buying is a comedy special, right? It's $10, chill out, or, it was more for if you buy a bunch of specials, et cetera. So we're trying to convince you to purchase that, but we're giving you value in the actual ad itself, right? So because you're buying humor is shown, right? We're seeing clips of other shows, so you get a glimpse of who Louis C.K. is, what his comedy's like, et cetera. But really value. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube of this 30-minute infomercial, and it's really driven by the fact that it's funny, it's entertainment. People like to watch it, even if they're not buying. So giving that value will drive people to watch it the first time, and sometimes over and over again, and really to sharing to others as well, if they feel like they themselves are getting value out of it. So a couple examples on how to do this with a product business specifically are a couple of clients of ours. One is called Enduro Power Batteries. So this is a battery system, really a battery that's used for RVs. These have been in fishing boats as well, and golf carts and other uses. But one of the ways is their big market is RVs. And so we've worked with a lot of influencers to develop content to teach people how to live off the grid. So a lot of these influencers, that's really what they do. That's their marketplace. So you can learn the process of living off the grid. And by the way, to do that well, you can use Enduro Power batteries. Of course, any other, high quality battery can work, but our clients are the best. And here's why, right? So influencers can teach that process. It really is education. And that alone was a real game changer for this specific business, where we drove a little bit of content, some education, and all of a sudden the business has grown incredibly they've only been around for a couple of years, and they've really done a great job in entering the marketplace and growing and overtaking a lot of these competitors that have been around for 10 or 20 years.
We're looking top to bottom, literally, at the electrical system of our RV, and you won't believe the transformation and what we'll be able to do when we're done. Lithium is significantly lighter than lead acid batteries. We'll be using two 200 amp hour Enduro Power batteries.
It worked!
And the solar is so much more powerful that it is able to actually recharge our batteries pretty quickly. We are very impressed.
Yeah, I love that I don't have to like worry about power anymore.
Definitely. And if you'd like to learn more about EnduraPower batteries or about our installation, check out the link in the description below.
Another idea or example is a supplement. It's called Flamaquel, and it's for inflammation. So in some of our ads, we teach you how to reduce inflammation, talking about the ingredients in Flamaquel. So this is done for a couple of reasons. One is to give credibility to the product, education of how it works. But you could take this. This is really providing value to the consumer. So like turmeric and other key ingredients. Yes, you could go buy your own supplements, create your own thing, and make this work. We're teaching you how to create nutrients or bring nutrients into your body that are going to reduce inflammation for the long term. And in reality, and this works great for supplements especially, is teaching, okay, here's all the things you should be doing in your life or what you should be consuming, whether it's in supplement form or part of your diet. We're going to make it easy for you, right? So, hey, do all this or just take our pills, right? So, and it's a product that's natural based, and so it works really well with that education type format.
When researching a 100% drug-free solution to my pain and inflammation, I found that Flamaquel met all my requirements. The top quality, natural ingredients in Flamaquel supplements are excellent for my health. Thanks to Flamaquel, I'm feeling more productive in my day-to-day life, and I know I'm addressing the underlying issues that are causing my pain and discomfort. I'd recommend Flamaquel to anyone who's dealing with inflammation-related issues who wants to avoid prescriptions and over-the-counter medications. Click to learn more and order Flamaquel supplements today.
All right, the third area that we really learned from that Louis C.K. infomercial is about experiencing the product, right? So when you watch, you see some comedy specials, you see Louis interacting with Joe Mackey, and you see some of the funny clips that he helped put together for those. You get to experience some of the humor, right? In a product business, it's important on almost any product. You want to make sure that as your potential buyers, consumers, as they see your videos, they get a feel for the product, get excited by it, and need to purchase it, right? But having that experience without being able to touch and feel, that's one of the reasons video in general can be such a powerful marketing medium, is because it gives you that experience without having to go into the store and purchase yet, right? So at least part of the experience. So OxiClean, as I mentioned before, did this masterfully, and that's one of the reasons it grew to several $100 million in annual revenue, and fairly quickly, actually. Billy Mays, of course, was a personality that we had to thank as a business, was a big driver of success of that. But also the demonstrations. Now, Billy was involved in developing some of these, but one key demonstration, which you probably remember, is the fishbowl demo. So this is where he pours, and we'll show it in a second. He's got a black fishbowl full of water and some other stuff in there. Pour in a little scoop of OxiClean, boom, it goes white instantaneously. So you get to experience, it brings you in, okay, that's what it's going to do to my clothes, right? That's how it's going to help me out specifically. Here, take a look at the demo.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxiClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink. It's Mother Nature approved, then it's safe on your colored fabrics. Use it on carpets. OxiClean seeks out organic stains, pet stains, food stains. They get down into the matting, into the padding. It even takes red wine and grape juice out of white carpeting. It cleans, it brightens, and eliminates odors all at the same time. Don't just get it clean. Get it OxiClean. Make a paste, make it 10 times as powerful. The longer you let it set, the easier it is. It'll whiten your grout and get rid of your toughest stains. Sometimes soaking is the solution. If you use bleach, you ruin your clothes. OxiClean won't hurt the material, even lace. It has the power of bleach without the damaging side effects of chlorine. When your laundry detergent just isn't enough, supercharge it with OxiClean. One scoop in every load of laundry, it'll make your whites whiter. It'll make your brights brighter. As a stain remover, it's the best. Grass stains, clay stains. Long live your laundry. OxiClean, the stain specialist.
Another client of ours is GrillBot. Now, this is a great product. It's basically a Roomba to clean your grill. You put it inside your grill, close the lid, turn it on after half an hour or whatever. You put your own timer in there. It's completely clean, and it is phenomenal. Part of the problem on this one is, okay, how do you show that? Because the grill lid is closed when it's actually working, right? So animation helped. We obviously lifted the lid up to see it moving around a little bit, but showing that demonstration, especially through animation, as you'll see here, the bits of grill stuff falling off the grill grates, etc. It really gives you a peek under the curtain, really, or under the lid in the case of these grills.
The GrillBot is the world's first and only automatic grill cleaner. Simply turn it on, set the timer, and let your GrillBot do the cleaning for you. The onboard computer chip creates a randomized pattern with each of the 3 brushes, ensuring full coverage of your grill, deep cleaning every corner. The GrillBot does literally all the work, so you don't have to.
We also love working with Seafoam and their Bugs Be Gone product. So this is a product you spray on your windshield or the front of your car after a long trip or anytime. You've got bugs over there, which are so hard to get off, right? They don't even come off in a car wash half the time. Spray this on, leave it on for a few seconds, 60 seconds typically, rinse it right off. So these bugs come right off super easily. It's really amazing though, because there's been so many other products that have this promise, but they simply don't work. So we had to prove it, right? So show how amazing this product really is. And part of the way we did that is by showing consumer testimonials in a live environment where they came into a car wash area. We sprayed it, showed live demonstrations, saw how easy it rinsed off. They drive off and love the car. So here's a few of those testimonials along with their demonstrations.
Bugs on your windshield? Simply spray and they're gone. Front end disaster after your last road trip? No problem with Bugs Be Gone. Bugs Be Gone is quick and easy to use. Simply spray, let sit for a minute, then hose off with water or wipe away with a wet cloth. Clean the toughest dried-on bugs safely with non-toxic Bugs Be Gone.
Boogie Board. Now, you've probably heard of the surfboard brand, or I guess Boogie Board brand, right? Where you bodyboard with Boogie Boards. There's another brand you've definitely seen, whether you know the brand or not, but if you go to any public environment, especially with a place with a lot of kids, those little tablets where you write on them, hit a button to erase, draw, write, etc. So we've done many videos, hundreds of videos, literally for the Boogie Board brand, but one that I'll show you here is called Scribble and Play. It's a kids product, like most, not all of their products are kids products, but this one certainly is. This one is all about visual captivation, right? So when you've got a product, if you can visually captivate your audience, really bring them in, wow them. So this has rainbow lines in it, different from most of the other Boogie Boards, and drawing those into those close-ups of seeing what you can do with the Boogie Board, seeing the reaction or emotions from the kids that are using them. To bring kids into your audience is a difficult thing, but demonstrations of a product in a compelling way go a long way.
Introducing Scribble and Play Kids, reusable drawing tablet by Boogie Board. You can draw and play with all kinds of textures using Boogie Board's Color Burst technology. When you finish drawing, just push to erase, just like magic, with no smudge marks left behind. You can draw with a texture drawing tools featuring 16 tips and edges, or anything you have on hand. The long-lasting replaceable battery means no plugs, no chargers, and more uninterrupted fun with Scribble and Play all day.
We love shooting food products. It's a lot of fun to work with, but they're so delicious to look at, right? So it's really fun. So one of our clients is Camp Made. Now, if you used outdoor Dutch ovens for camping, et cetera, it's a kit that goes along with it. And it essentially gives you 100 different ways to work with your Dutch oven to cook almost anything. So we shot a lot of product demonstrations for this one. And again, the beauty of food is so important, but demonstrating the end result. It's all about seeing the food that's done, not just the product in use. It's great to see that, how it works, the features, right? But the benefit of a food-related product is the food you can create from it. So take a look at some of these.
You love cooking outdoors. Now, imagine having a smoker, griddle, grill, pizza oven, steamer, baking pot, and serving stand, all in one portable, compact outdoor cooking system. Cooking outdoors with cast iron makes delicious meals, but handling that hot lid can be dangerous and messy. With Camp Mate's tools, safely remove the lid without the coals falling off. Then set it down, suspend it off the ground. After cooking, place the pot on the top and use the serving stand to keep your food warm.
Retique It was a really fun video shoot that we got to do in North Carolina a little while ago. And it's, as you'll see in the video, it's a product that you can essentially restain or repaint a table and make it look like a fine wood really easily without stripping, right? So refinishing wood is such a mess and such a difficult proposition. It's very difficult to do. But with Retique It, you literally put that on and you can stain or paint right on top of it. And it looks like beautiful wood again. And this one was, again, all about beauty, right? So demonstrating the beauty that is given to you with the product.
How would you like to create a beautiful wood finish on almost any hard surface without having to sand or strip the surface and without the big mess? Introducing Retique It, the patented formula that lays down a thin layer of real wood that'll absorb any stain, paint, or sealant. When it's applied, you won't be able to tell the difference from real wood. If you want to turn this worn down dresser into a gorgeous piece, just spray a fresh coat of wood on it. Want to change the stain on your kitchen cabinets without stripping or sanding? Simply Retique It and give your home a brand new look. You can even give this cheap plastic table the look of fine wood furniture in just a few short minutes. Just spray a thin layer of Retique It liquid wood, apply any store-bought stain, and then seal it to add protection and a beautiful shine.
All right, our last video we'll show you is Stove Ranger. Now, this was one of the most interesting video shoots I've ever done. We got to create a kitchen inside a massive studio and pretty much burn it to the ground. So we started a grease fire on top of a stove inside this huge studio. Stove Ranger is a product that puts out grease fires, right? So it sits above your stove. As you'll see, fire goes up, the powder comes down, puts it out automatically. So you never run the risk of having more serious damage from a grease fire. So this was a really fun shoot to do, but this demonstration was all about proving how it works. So we could talk about it, we could animate it. We had to show it live on a real grease fire, how quickly it went out. Cameras everywhere, a couple of melted GoPros, but we got the shot, luckily. So take a look at this video and enjoy.
With today's hectic lifestyle, it is easy to become distracted even while cooking. Left unattended, grease or oil can ignite in as little as 6 minutes, putting your family and home in danger. The Stove Ranger is a heat-activated fire suppression system designed for use with electric ranges and cooktops. The Stove Ranger automatically deploys a fire line of eco-friendly dry chemical retardant, smothering the blaze, preventing it from spreading and causing unnecessary damage.
We want to give a special thanks to Louis C.K. and his entire team for an amazing experience working together, really learning from him. He, as I mentioned, is a comedic and a business genius and are super fun to work with. Had a great time, and we were so glad to see that he was so successful with this infomercial, not just for fun, but actually selling his product as well. We are grateful for him for also allowing us to share his content today on from his infomercial on our podcast. I do encourage everyone, go check out the full infomercial. It's a lot of fun. You'll see a link in the show notes. So if you're driving, go check it out later. At some point, it's on YouTube. You can also search for it. So for Louis C.K. infomercial, you'll find it. There's hundreds of thousands of views and growing. But again, it's done really well on TV as well. And it was a super fun project. As a reminder, if you have any needs for your business, you can check out harvestgrowth.com. Check out all the podcasts we've done in the past. We've had a lot of fun doing this, a lot of interesting interviews with great product marketers sharing their stories of success. So please go learn from them on how you can improve your business. And if we can do anything, you can actually reach out and set up an appointment with anyone from our team or our product and service launch specialist. Thanks again.